Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Mysteries of Life. And today we're going to do something a little bit different for me, and not different in my house, but it's different for you folks. And I'm going to. I've asked that we do some channeling today, and I think I'm ready. Anyway, and so it takes me a few seconds because I have to get myself into myself. And so if I'm a little bit quiet, it's just that I'm allowing them to come in and see if they're going to come through. And if within a few minutes, if it isn't, it won't happen, and we'll just go on with the show. But then on the other hand, they may just pop in and say, "Hi, Connie, we're going to do it." So anyway.
Connie, hi, Connie. Connie, can we give it just a minute or two so I can share your show so we get as many people of the peeps?
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that.
No, that's okay. I'll do it for you, but give me a minute or two if you can let the people know what channeling is.
That'll give me a chance to get myself there. Okay,
all right, good. Thank you.
Okay, are we ready? All righty. All right. Now, as I'm sitting here and I'm going to get real quiet, and I've asked, and I've been meditating this morning and talking and asking for this to happen. I think it's time that we reach within ourselves because it is within ourselves. Dearly beloved, we come here with you today to give you an insight, to know that your atonement, if you think of the word atonement, think of it, atonement, the at-one-ment, that is the key. Your God is not outside of you. He is inside of you. And when you're asking or when you're praying, don't pray outside. Pray within yourselves. That's where the key is. We have presented and worked diligently in getting things ready for this transition of the shift that's coming. Some of you call it other transitions, whatever. But the word itself is that when cosmically we're trying to help you come to the realization that the Christ is within yourself. It's not outside someplace. It's when you think of it, know that we are a realm of spirituality that is working with each and every one of you. Your innate self is within, and within you, your God self. It is not in the outside world. Your thoughts, everything that is connected, you need to go within yourself and know, and you must always realize that we are a nucleus of vibrations that work with each of you at your level. It's not at everybody. No one is on the same frequency. Everybody's different. And as you are portraying or working yourself through these things, And if you're trying and you're working within the light, and you say, oh, I need to get there, I need this, and sometimes we push ourselves too hard because you are trying so hard. If you would relax and let your go raise yourself, your inner self, to that vibration, and know that you are God. You can't, when they say, oh, Christ told us we were. He told us when Jesus walked this earth, he taught, and the master tried to lay the groundwork in the oneness of the consciousness. It's that everything got pushed out there as to, with the theories of the Garden of Eden, and everything has a duality of itself. But when you take that duality and say to yourself, the duality is not outside, it's inside of you. It's in with you and your God. You're there. You're there with it. It's not out in the worldly things. And it's hard for people to break that. And as we're moving into the new dimension, this new shift that's happening, you've got to have that oneness with yourself. It won't be easy, because many things, people will throw things at you. All of a sudden, negative things will start to just ramp up in your life. And you're going to say, oh, what is happening? Just let go of it. Do not give it the power. The power has to stay within yourself. Do not allow somebody else to take your power. And know that you are of the Christ. The Christ is within you, and your oneness is the Godness. When we make the decision to come, when you made the decision to come into this world, you had, everything was orchestrated. You agreed to do certain things, and you said, okay, fine. And then when it all of a sudden you forgot, you don't remember any of that. You come into this world and you say, okay, oh, here I am. Then everything, what you play the cards, so to speak. You look at things and you say, oh, well, that didn't work out very well. Well, why didn't it? Because we are all guilty of giving the world the power, when in essence we knew when we came in, when we were on the other side, that we are spiritual beings, and that we had to take this vehicle, which is a body, a physical body, in order to survive in this element. And it's this vehicle that we have to use in your earthly realm. Now, when you put all this together, it's a oneness. You still have to go back. You have to reconnect yourself, get into yourself, and know that you are putting things together for yourself. God is a loving God. He's not going to judge you. When you get over on the other side, it's like you're one, you're melded, you're one with him. And it's like, okay, everything is fine. But when we're here, how do I explain? The one thing that we have to remember is that when we pray and we send prayers to folks, that's wonderful. That's a good thing. But the prayer has to be able to be accepted by the individual. And many times people they'll say, okay, yeah, thank you for your prayers, but was it really received? You know what I'm saying? People have to know that the God inside is generating and accepting the prayer, the power that lies within. And when we step out and we allow people to push and pull, it's how you deal with it, how you decide you're going to handle it. If you say, okay, and what I try to do, and I've done it, and sometimes it doesn't work. I try to be kind. I try to be considerate. And I'm talking about this vehicle that's talking right now. She tries really hard to generate a positive attitude in things. Sometimes she messes up and she doesn't get it right. And so then she has to, it's like she says, oh, well, I guess I got to backpedal on this one because, you know, she didn't do it the way somebody thought she should do it. And so then that throws her in a dilemma. And it's like, oh, what is she going to do now? Well, she tries to set, and this is a thing she has to work on in this lifetime, is because she tries to satisfy people by being kind, and that's okay. But sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. And she's not strong. She's not a strong individual that can stand up and shout it out there and say, listen, you're not going to railroad me. You're not going to run me. She just tries to take the other road of saying, let's try to help somebody. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do that. And in the process, sometimes it gets kind of crazy for her. Even though she's out there and she's saying all these wonderful things, inside of her, still has things that she has to work out in this lifetime. So we're here to help her work these things out and give her strength when she needs it, and do it kindly, but be firm and say, okay, this is where I'm at, and not say or feed the argument or feed the negativism that's going on in the world today, rather than say when this is, I've heard her say it, that when somebody starts to roll out about what's going on in the government, she'll come back with a statement of, well, you know, it could be worse. It could be. Instead of chiming in and saying something negative to go along with the conversation, it could be worse. Okay, she kind of tries to take a neutral stand. It doesn't mean that she's always right, but she tries to, and that's one of the things that she's working on in this lifetime. We want you to know that you each have your own lessons to learn. Nobody else is going to learn your lessons but you. Now, you are put in circumstances, and you are allowed to make your own choice. And choices are a wonderful thing, but they can also be a negative thing. So just know, ebb and flow. Whatever you cast out, you'll get it in return. And so when you're trying and sorting through your lessons of what did I learn from this, always come back with let's say it didn't turn out just the way you wanted it to. She went through a 29-year marriage that collapsed on her. She got through it. And what she asked for was, Lord, let me have a clear heart. Don't let me have a bitter heart. So you see, when she realized what could happen, she asked the divine to intercede and say, please make my heart a loving heart. And so with that process, everything that she does, she tries to look at the love aspect, because that's what she asked for. She fell, cracked her head, really cut her head open, and she laid for a long time in an unconscious state. Well, we took her, we talked to her, and gave her an option. She could come with us at that point in time, and she chose not to. She said, no, I have my lessons to learn. And they said, we will be with you, we will walk with you, and we'll bring you through. And when that all happened, she experienced the things that are now portraying in her life. She is now doing the spiritual things in life to enhance mankind. It is up to us. We gave her a second chance. Now, You all don't have to go through that. You can make those conscious decisions without having a tragedy in your life. You can reach up there and just grab a hold of it and say, I am in the presence. I am. And know that God is in you, with you at all times. You are never alone, never. And when the spirit realm rushes to you, they are there 24/7. Your master is with you all the time. He's there if no matter what. Your spirit guides, whatever is necessary for you to get through in this earth realm. This is an exciting time for all who are coming in, because we are getting ready, and the things that the generations ahead of us or ahead of you folks are going to be experiencing a loving planet, not a war planet. It's not going to be wars. It's going to be loving and kind. And there'll be difficulties, but people won't be, it'll be different. It'll be a whole new realm of thinking. And that's through the shift. And we have to, and if you need the angels to help you do that, by all means, use them. We are here to help and guide and direct. You all have free will. That's what you get when you come into this lifetime. You forget, and then you come in with free will, and it's your choice and how you choose to do it. Now, we're not here to judge. We are here to support and give you each and every one the necessary tools that are necessary for you to get to where you need to be. Life is a wonderful experience. So embrace it, enjoy it, love it, and love all of humanity. The word compassion is so powerful. When you send compassion and you have love and joy and harmony and peace, all that is necessary. We are here. There, you can't see us, but we all can see you. And we are here and loving you and knowing that life is for us all to share in all of the words. And I cannot say it enough. And I know you probably have heard her say it many times. And that is the word compassion. It's an important part of where this world is headed. And we're here to guide and direct and help. So please, when you're thinking and sending thoughts to folks, know that we are all there. We're with you in the spirit. We aren't in the flesh, but we are with you in the spirit. You are a spirit in a physical body, and you have so much to be thankful for in this lifetime. For they're all the lessons. So when you go and when you decide to make your entrance back into the godly self, and you're going to look at it all, and you're going to say, okay, what did I not learn? And then you're going to be anxious to get back in, because it's going to be a new world and an exciting time and a time of loving and putting forth that's what is necessary. And you're going to be anxious. We have so many new children that are coming in that are going to be making, and the world is going to be a totally different place. And knowing that we are here for you. It is with blessings that we were able to come here today. We discussed it with our person here, and she said, I'm ready if you're ready. And here we are, and we hope that you will continue to do the work that's necessary for your own spiritual individual growth, and know that all is in divine order and your kingdom is within. Or you may say, and she has written it, the temple within. Whatever works for you, your source. It doesn't have to be anybody else's. It's how you believe and how you perceive it. And we grant you the ability to just do what you need to do. We are here for you. And please, if you're asking your divine inner source, your innate person, be there and go and do what is necessary to make your time on this earth a joyous and loving experience. And may blessings be to you all. I gotta get a drink of water. Well, I probably won't remember everything that was said, but I just hoped it was all right. But one of the things that we, when we experience things that are out there, and I think the one thing that when we have to think about our spirits and all the things that work together, I'm not downgrading, or when I say things about what the religions have done, what they, it's like, okay, now, boy, I'm having a hard time getting out of there. Just a second. Okay, I think I'm here. I gotta check myself. Well, anyway, I am here, but I do know that they talked about the atonement or the one-ment, and I guess I don't know that that's really that important, but I have a behind me. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a space here where I have the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Sacred Heart of Mary, and then I have my stuff for my Reiki, so that when I'm working with folks and sending prayers, and I ask for their help, because you see, Jesus is the master. He tried to teach us when he walked this earth. And I have some things that I don't know what I did with it. I mean, look here, I wrote it down, but there were passages, and I don't want to read it, because there's lessons that Jesus taught us. And he used the words, and I want to make sure that I say it exactly the way he, and I don't know, find if I can find it here. Okay, here it is. When he talks about us, when Jesus, it was a lesson that he attempted to reveal to people when he walked this earth, and that is that he said, if thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If your eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eye be evil, do I just
Hi, everyone. This is Neshi Lilkatz. I'm producing for Connie this morning, and she had been having some issues with her camera. So we went through this. She is going to refresh her screen, and then she'll come back into the studio. So we just have to give her a minute to be able to do that. What we had going on this morning, which is a real gift, is that Connie was channeling for us. And the messages that came through are coming through her spiritual team. And I do have a question for her when she does return. Is that who was joining us this morning from her team? Yeah. So here she comes. Hang on. We're going to get her back into the studio. Hi, Connie.
Hi, I'm sorry.
No. I was just explaining to everybody that your camera, we're having problems with your camera this morning, and that you knew what to do, and that you'd be right back. Yeah. And so here you are. There is a question. I actually have one. Is that thank you for your team to come and join us this morning and to channel. And I think that it would be. We have some people in our audience that might want to know who is speaking through you. And so who can we thank for the messages that came through about compassion and that sort of thing. So,
well,
and you also have a grandson saying hello to you too.
My grandson, Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Joseph.
Yeah.
Good grandma.
All right. I'm going to let you answer that question. Okay.
Well, I don't know that if I have a name, but I have a feeling that it is the eternal flame, the flame that's within me, my God, my oneness, my higher self comes through. I don't know that I have a Indian chief who is guiding and directing and orchestrating, and that is White Cloud. And I have other workers that are there, and I don't know that I know all their names, but I have another green lily, and I have a doctor, and I can't remember his name right now. But there's different individuals. But I think that when I channel, it is of a higher self, the higher self. And so that's what I call the eternal flame. And that's how I relate to it. Yeah. So if that answers.
It does. Thank you so much. I did let your audience know that you would be taking questions. And you do have a question from Nora. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see it. All right.
All right. Will my life get better? No. All right. Nora, I just want to take a second here to try to get into your vibration. When you say, will your life get better? Life can present its challenges. Let me say this to you, that I don't know if you're talking about a health issue or if you're talking about your worldly situation around you. So could you be a little more specific in that? I mean, when you say better, does that mean that is she ill, or is there a negative, or is there something that's relevant to around her worldly self? If you could answer that for me.
Sure. Well, it takes a couple seconds for them to hear, and then for them to reply. So, Nora, if you can answer that question for Connie, we'll put your question back up.
Okay.
All right. So wonderful. Go ahead and you can talk about anything you'd like while we wait for Nora.
Okay. So anyway, I guess back on my track here, there are things that when you come in to this world. I just want to go back. I remember some of this stuff when in the channeling. I've asked that because sometimes I can't remember in the very beginning. And so now I've asked them to let me recall what was said and so that if somebody asks me something, I can say, well, yeah, I think we can talk about that. But sometimes it's just, trying to do what you need to do. And when life is such a thing that, like you can't give God an ultimatum. You just can't. And so those are the things that, because God is in you. You are. And so when you have a difficult situation, you just need to go within yourself. It is not out, it's not in the outside world. The outside world will not give you peace, harmony, and joy and all that good stuff because it's all worldly. You've got to go within yourself and get those things, the light, the wisdom, the power, are all within us. It's an inner knowing. It's you just got to tap into yourself. I'm going to quote something that I've every now and then I find pieces of paper that I write things on, and I think, oh my goodness, what is this? And I'll look at it and I think, oh, did I write that? But it was in Philippians 3:14. It says, I keep trying to reach the goal and get the prize for which God called me through Christ to the life above. So that's what Paul said to us in the Bible. Now, we need to have certain things. And because we are going from the third into the fourth, into the fifth, those things are all hard for us because it's like, well, that's what we were taught. And it's like some days you think you have to flip the switch and say, forget everything anybody ever taught you. But it's heritage. It's what your people teach you. Those are things that are hard to let go of. And believe you me, I mean, I just think that when your family, your roots and everything, and you have, feelings in there and you say, golly sakes, I know I can do these things, but, I don't know if I'm ready to go into that next power. I don't know if I'm ready to make that shift because I want to hang on. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you need to do in this lifetime, then it's a blessing. We got no health. I feel stuck. Okay. That helps me. Okay. Well, Nora, let's just see what we can come up with here. Nora, I feel that or spirit feels that when you're in your state of where you feel stuck, when you're in that state, if you could just take a deep breath, sit back and say, okay, now I am the boss. You're the boss, honey. You're the boss of every cell in your body. If you don't, that's the way it is. If you tell your body, I'm going to be healthy, all my body functions are going to be great, they're going to function, they're going to do things, and they will. But remember, you are also the boss of your thoughts. So if you need to change your thinking of being unstuck, think about, I am. Remember, you've heard me talk. If you've listened to me at all, you know that I'm always talking about the I am presence. And you are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of anything that's worldly. You're worthy of it all. Whether, and that's where I think I need to just I want to scoop you up and just put my arms right underneath you and just hold you so tight and just hug you. It's like I don't get enough hugs, or just that I feel so sometimes alone. Even if I'm in a relationship, I feel alone. I just don't understand it. And I'm just, oh, so I just want to find it. Well, Nora, it's within. You need to reach in there and grab a hold and know that you are a, if you can think of it this way, Nora, I know it's a hard concept for people to grab their hands on it, to say, I am God. And if you can't do that, hon, just take and say a speck. I am a speck of Christ. I am a speck of my God. I am a star in the light of my Creator. I am worthy of all things. And you are. So if you can just take that and hold it, but I'm going to embrace you. I want to hug you so tight. And I hope you can feel that hug, because it's a love hug. It's a feeling of, I need that. I need something. So please, please, Nora, hold yourself in the light. Okay? And blessings be. Is that enough? Okay. I will be moving on to another house this year. Will I be moving? Okay, let's see what they say here. Okay, now, for some reason, they're showing me I'm in a small house. I wish I could talk to you, but I'm in a small house. And I'm going to go to a bigger house. But I'm not sure if that means that you're going to be living with other folks, or if it's just your family. But it's a transition. And let Nora remember that when it's right, everything will fall into place. When all of a sudden, if everything starts to fall into place, it's in divine order, and it just will flow. And the next thing you know, you'll be saying, oh, it's here. I'm going. But it's your free will. Now you can put the brakes on it if you want to. If there's something that comes up and you say, gee, I don't feel good about this, then you have to sit back and regroup and know that you are coming. You know what I mean? You're going. And I don't know, would you be changing? I sense that I want to go to a distance from, and I can't, she'll have to come back with that. But I feel like I'm going in maybe a distance from where I am right now. So I don't know if that helps her or not. Okay.
Okay, and that was Dawn. We have one more question in, and that's from Tina, and I'll put it up on the screen for you.
Okay. Okay, I always wanted to connect with my dad who passed away in 97. I don't know if you can do this. Well, Tina, let me explain some things to you. When they are ready, Now, they're very busy over on the other side doing things. So they're not just sitting idle. But let me say this, that if your daddy passed away in 97, I want to share with you what happened to me when my daddy passed. Okay? Right after he passed, let's see. Oh, no, it would have been 84. Now, he died in 81, but I had an experience with him. I had the dream of him dying, but I didn't understand it at the time. But anyway, I was, where was I? I was in Philadelphia because my husband was in an accident at the time. And I was in a room, and I had to sleep by myself, and I was in a bed, and I actually could feel my dad put his arms around and hold me and say, honey, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Then just this past year, now my dad is with me. I know he is all the time, but he doesn't always make himself known to me. But this year, now he's been gone since 1981. So it's taken that long for him to be able to materialize and come in. He came into my living room, in through my living room, and I was sitting in the chair in the family room, and I thought, what, Dad? And he said, yes, Connie, I'm bringing somebody in. And I thought, oh, I wonder if he's bringing my brother in. But no, it was our corporate attorney he brought in, Kent Fana. And he said, well, Connie can see and she can hear. So just, we can, connect. So we did. But look how many years that was. So it takes a long time. It took for me too, because I had to be ready to receive it. But knowing that my daddy is always there for me helped me, and just like your dad is with you, and he is getting himself there. Now, the two of you have to be in sync, honey. So in order for when you get yourself together and you say, okay, spiritually, when you ask for it, because remember, Jesus said, whatever you ask for, I'll give it to you. You just got to be ready. So it doesn't, so if your dad does come, you won't be, freaking out. But I feel that he is with you, honestly, closely, wholeheartedly with you. Oh, he is. Oh, my goodness. Oh. And he is just wanting, and just, that's where I got that big hug. That's that hug that when I was hugging you. Am I in the right? No, that was somebody else. But I'm giving you a hug from your daddy. It's just a really big hug. And it's like, oh my God, this is so good. I just love it when Spirit just says, oh, we're going to give everybody a big hug today because it's needed. And it's the love. And know that your dad, even though he passed in 97, he's still there. He's still with you, and he's going to be. Now, what's this? Yesterday, I felt a strong spiritual presence pop up beside me. That's wonderful. That is so good. Even though you didn't see anything, you felt it. You felt it. The spiritual presence. Now, when you feel that, Tina, know that you're working it together. He's there. He's going to be, somehow or another, you two folks are going to connect. And you'll be saying, yay, I got my daddy. Now, that's all I know. So you're going to be able to feel it, maybe see it. And blessings be to you, because I think you're strong spiritually. And I just get that feeling that maybe you just needed a daddy's big hug. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
All right. And the next person is Vicky, and I've got her question for you.
Vicky. Okay. Hi. Is there any guidance or anything for me, please? Many thanks and blessings to you all. Okay. Okay. Vicky Foster. Okay. Okay, Vicky. Now, they're showing me, now I don't know, this is kind of cute, but um, either you ride a bike or you need to get on one and ride one. I don't know if it's on the road or if it's a stationary bike, but somehow or another, I feel like, or maybe, oh, here it is. It just seems like you're just pedaling. You're not going anyplace. Okay, I'm on a stationary bike and I'm just pedaling along and I'm just going. And oh no, I'm not going anyplace. Where is it? How come I'm not? Let me just back it up here a second. We all want certain things. And Vicky, I think that if you can take your mindset and say what you need, what is your need, and say, I am worthy of this, whatever that circumstances is, and place it. Don't just keep treading the mill. Just don't do that. Stop. Get into a good, healthy meditation. And Neshi teaches such an awesome unity meditation. And if you can go in online and get that, and through Facebook and watch it and meditate on it and get into your inner self. That's sometimes we get hung, and this is what I'm sensing here, is that you get hung up on the worldly things. And then we lose perspective as to where we are going here. And so what our goal is, Vicki, is for you to find your oneness, to find that kindness of loving yourself and being with yourself and knowing that you're just Mac Daddy. You're it. And you don't need whatever's out here. You're there. And you can continue to work it and do the things that you need to do spiritually to get yourself where you need to be. You're young enough. You can do these things and you're going to have a lot of time to do it. I'm on a short string, but I always tell myself, listen, I'm going to live forever. I am. I'm going to live. I don't want to die. I got so much. There's so much to do. I want to learn. There's so much for me to learn yet in this lifetime, so that when I do take the exit, um, it'll be, I've done it all. But you have lots of time out there, and you got it, and you got to grab a hold of it, like just like you've never had grabbed onto anything, and just hold it tight to yourself and know that you're okay. You are the I am. You are the God of yourself. Know that you are, and you can do anything that you want if you just said it there. You can't say it hard enough and loud enough to you. You are worthy, a worthy person to be. You just need to be dealt with. You need to take and deal with Vicky. Okay? Just do that and love yourself with every ounce of being you have, and get out there and live your life. Yeah.
All right. So Vicky has a message here for you.
I bought one last year and I've not been able to ride it. Thank you. Oh, she bought a bike. Now I'm worthy and having good health and ride the bike. Who was meditation you recommended, please? Who was? Thank you very much. Vicki, it's Neshi does the unity meditation, and she does that the last Tuesday of every month. But you can go in on Facebook and pull it up and get it. Okay, very good. Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. It's a wonderful process. All right. Oh, should I join the Marine Corps? Oh, simplify. I have Marines in my family. Oh my goodness. My brother was a Marine. My grandson's a Marine. My father was a Navy man. My granddaughter's in the Air Force. You know, that's a pretty tough call. And let me tell you this. Let me just focus in on that because I have a dear friend, a young friend, and she did join the Marines. And she's, I think, stationed in Florida and married a Marine. So anyway, whether or not you should join the Marines. And my grandson's watching this. I'm not about, I have to be careful how I answer this. Well, let's see what Spirit has to say. All right. If you need, and I'm just saying this because this is what Spirit is showing me. If you need discipline and you really want to live a very disciplined life and a very difficult process, then, and you say, I really want to do this, knowing all the facts ahead of time of what you want to do, and you've researched it, it's your free will. It's not anything that I can tell you, yes, you should join the Marines, or no, you should not join the Marines, because it's your life, it's your being, it's your decision on how you want your life to be. If you're saying, well, I need to go and I need the discipline, or I need to be in something, if Spirit has laid it on your heart that the Marines are where you need to be, then that's where you go. There are other branches of the military, but, you know, they're a tough group. And I think of all the groups, those guys stick together like glue. And so I don't know that I can give you the answer you want there, but let me say this, that it's your choice. And if Spirit lays it on your heart, then there must be a lesson that you need to learn from all of that. Okay. Oh, hello. Is there any guidance or anything for me, please? Teresa. Okay, Teresa. Teresa, I feel like your personality is you're lots of fun and you like fun and you no matter where you go, you have fun. And but there's times when it's like fun, there's got to be more to life than fun. And for some reason I'm feeling like I've kind of I'm treading backwards. I'm going, like maybe things just haven't turned out the way they should have, and so now you're putting yourself in a different place. And and so what I would suggest is that life is a wonderful experience, but it's not all fun. It's not all fun and games all the time. So if you're feeling that you've kind of regressed or, and that you're not always in the fun scene, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. If you can find, I'm really, Teresa, I'm really feeling like I'm looking, like I feel like, the song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to let it shine. Well, that's how I feel with you. You have a beautiful, beautiful light inside of you. And as I'm sitting here and seeing it, it's like I need to let my light shine. I need to find. And in order to do all those things, you need to go within yourself. Because out here in the world, the worldly things are there and we have to deal with them. Funny, sad, whatever. But when we take, and I want to say with you, I have a feeling that you're going to start doing a lot of spiritual work if you're not already, and that there's going to be a thrush, a real woof of experiences spiritually that you're going to have if you have not had them already. I just feel it. And it's like I'm there. I can feel the vibration. I'm right there. I know it. It's like I'm on the brink. And people don't understand it. They just don't understand me. And that's what I'm saying. That's you. They don't understand you where you're coming from because you're experiencing and knowing that inner self, that inner God is within you, and you're just it's starting to accelerate. And when you try to share that with your folks, they kind of laugh at you and say, "Oh boy, she's off the deep end." Don't pay any attention to that. They said that to me a long time ago, and look where I am today. So look for yourself. Go within and know that you can, and I've said this to other folks today too, you are worthy and you are in the place that you need to be spiritually. You need to keep it going. You need to it's like, okay, let's get her going. Let's do this. Let's do that. Doesn't matter. But when you get there, it's spirituality in the simplest form. It's just, I I was raised Lutheran, been a fundamentalist, been in the fundamentalist movement. I have been in the Catholic Church. Um, and so I take all of that with me. I take all of that with me because they're all things I learned. That's what I want you to embrace everything that you have learned. Doesn't matter what other people say or think. It's your growth and where you're going. And I blessings to you because you're going to go. It's going to happen. I'm kind of excited.
That's a good one, Connie. Connie, we have at least two more people. If you're willing to go over just a little bit in time.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me get to the next question.
Okay. Deborah, I am new to this session. I am usually at work, and due to the cold, I'm off till 12. Any advice for me? Okay, sorry. That's all right, Deborah. I don't know if they call you Debbie or if they call you Deborah, but I'll call you Deborah. And let's see. And I know that if you're coming into this and you're seeing me for the first time, this is my first day of channeling and sharing a channel, and also doing a reading. So it's a wonderful day. It's a blessing for me, I'm telling you. So anyway, as you're, Deborah, I have a good feeling of everything is starting to roll in a very positive way, and I'm getting things in place. I feel you're a very detailed person, and as I see this and I'm saying, okay, so, and maybe you're a list person. I'm not just sure about that. But that's what I see, a list. Or maybe you're a person that I have to write everything down. And then I go to okay, this is where I got to go. This is what I got to do. Or when I clean, whatever. But it's okay. And as you're progressing, and I do feel that you're doing a lot of unfoldment spiritually, and I just feel you've got a lot to give and to offer, and we're just going to be. I think we're going to be friends. My goodness sakes! Well, how about that? But anyway, it's just that there's so much coming, and you're going to be excited and saying, "Oh, I'm just so glad I'm here." And just know you are in the right place at the right time. And know that your divine self is helping and orchestrating the things that are working for you. And know that all is in sync. So just keep going, keep doing, and putting things in perspective, and being happy. And just know that, Deborah, golly sakes, I'm excited for you. It's just that you're processing of a lot of things going on, and I understand that. But just keep processing it, because there's just a whole lot more coming. So just be with that and hold it tight. And thank you.
We have a lot of first-time listeners, that's for sure, today. Connie, we have one more, and that's the last one we're going to be taking for this morning. Okay. And her name is Leslie. So here she is. This is her question.
Leslie. Okay. Hello. Needing insight to what Spirit has to say about my life. I think Spirit is trying to move me. Okay. Les, I want to say, take a deep breath with me right now. Just sit there and breathe in and let it go. And I want to come to your heart, because I feel like my heart is aching. And it's not. So when your heart aches, sometimes we don't always understand. And I want to take you by the hand and lead you into your heart. I want you to come inside and just release all the negative things that are out there, and just let them go. Now, I'm not sure if you meditate. I'm not pushing meditation, but I think it's healthy. I think it's a really healthy attitude. And sometimes when people are seeking things, if you can get within your heart in your quietness and quiet. And I have to quiet my mind. I have what I call a monkey mind. Every now and then I have to make a check. And I'm just saying that I think sometimes you have to do that too. But I'm hearing the phrase back up the bus. Now, my kid uses that all the time, but I'm hearing it with you. So I'm thinking that you're young enough that you're processing things, is that you can say, okay, I just need to back things up a little bit, and I need to move at a slower pace. And maybe that's what it is. See, if you're trying to move too fast, even in the spiritual world, they'll shut you down. I'll give you an example. I don't want to use myself as an example, but I will. I fell, broke my wrist, and then I cut the tip of my finger off, and all on my left side. So that told me that I needed to slow myself down, because I was trying to pull too much in my bucket, so to speak. Working, doing the spiritual things, doing everything, trying to get it all together. Now, what I see for you is that we need that. When I took you into your heart, and we just take and send out all the stuff that don't pertain. Get your mind and your heart together. Bring them together. And know that you are God. Your little self is a God. In God, the I am presence. And that you are so special. And that your innate self needs to go and be with you. You don't need it, this business out here right now. It's there. And if you choose to get involved, it's your choice. But I'm saying for right now, just take and go within your heart and your mind and your heart, whatever, and just hold yourself there for a period of time. And then in little teeny steps, start working on some things. And whatever your source is, if you need to go to church more, but when you go to church now, you got to remember something here, that when you're experiencing new birth in spiritual work, you have to be careful how you present it, because somebody will say, oh, she's off the deep end. You're off the track. So just go, and that's why I'm saying within your heart and your mind, keep it all kind of close together. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. It's just that it's yours. It's yours to hold in your heart, and it's yours to keep. And know that you are in the presence, and know that life will give you what you need. Your God will give you what you need, honey. You just have to just zero in on it with yourself. Doesn't have to do with anybody else. This is your time, and your time and your time only. If I could be with you right now, I would grasp your hands just like I'm holding mine, and I would pray with you fervently and ask for whatever redemption or whatever you needed in life, because that's where I feel you're at. And we can move that. We can share that with your spirit, in your master. Your master is with you always, and know that. And your spiritual guides, if you don't know them yet, well, that's all right. You'll be introduced to them later. There's no big rush. That's the one thing about spirituality. You have to move it slow. You can't move it fast. Life is so good, and you've got a lot of things to do, and a lot of things to say. So right now, just keep everything right tight, and then when the door is ready, and it'll open, and you'll know when it's time to share. And blessings be.
Thank you, Connie. Oh my goodness, what a morning. Thank you so much. And thank you to your spiritual team for being here.
And I
We
thank
really,
you.
we really like overtime, like almost 10 minutes. And so I just wanted to let everybody know that had questions that Connie's show is at the end of every month on Thursday mornings. Okay. And I'm going to leave you now with Connie so that she can wrap things up. And so there you go, Connie. It's all
Oh,
yours.
all righty. All right. Now, and I say this because I'm not sure where this is going, but if I was able to touch you and help you in any way, and this is something that you would like to see me do more often, then I think it's time that we incorporate it into the show. Um, I just think that when we're looking for our spirituality, our spiritual growth, it takes time, and it doesn't happen overnight. Some people are born with it. Some people develop it very young and carry it with them through their life, and then others wake up. See, we all have our wake up call at a certain time, and so you just need to know that you're all special. And I just love you all, and thank you so much for tuning in into the show. And we appreciate, Star Nations absolutely appreciate you, and I appreciate Neshi for hosting the show and allowing me to experiment with bringing it to the show. I didn't know if I could do it, but we did it. And so it's a blessing for me today too. And everybody here is happy. Yay! So bye. Blessings be to everyone.